Today on Public Eye News, Ford River Township water system is undergoing routine maintenance, and New Orleans is preparing for Hurricane Zeta as it makes landfall in Mexico.
Later, Brady Hinshaw will have your weather, and Max Deems will be back with your sports update. Hi, I'm Ross Ray.
And I'm Nate Jacobs, and this is Public Eye News. For the residents of Ford River Township, there will be routine water maintenance taking place this week. From October 26th until October 30th, the township will be conducting hydrant flushing to improve the water quality. A side effect of this process includes the possibility of rust-colored water to be present in the tap, which they are attesting is not harmful. However, residents are urged to not do their laundry while the coloring is present. In order to pass the rust-colored water, letting a cold tap run, such as an outside hose, should wash out. Mark can answer all your questions at 906-630-1864. And according to Escanaba Area Public Schools Superintendent Colby Fletcher, Escanaba schools will be switching to remote learning for the remainder of the week. In a letter to parents, Fletcher announced the closing of Lemmer Elementary School as well as the junior high and high school. The week-long closing is due to rising numbers of COVID-19 cases in the surrounding area. With the time off from in-person learning, the district will take this time to deep clean the school. The closure will also benefit students with the transition from quarantine in order to not miss too much instruction. It is to be noted that the closure is only for the elementary and junior high school. The Webster Kindergarten Center, Upper Elementary, and the Escanaba Student Success Center are still open as usual.
Governor Gretchen Whitmer announced this morning 2 new grant programs that eligible Michigan teachers and support staff who have worked during the 2019 to 2020 school year can receive. The Teacher COVID-19 Grant and the Support Staff COVID-19 Grant programs will provide eligible teachers up to $500, and eligible support staff can receive up to $250. These grants will compensate those who have worked additional time and incurred additional costs during the pandemic. And yesterday, the Marquette City Commission passed an amendment to an existing smoking ordinance that will prohibit smoking in all city-owned parks and beaches. The commission debated including bike paths as well in the amendment, but decided further information was needed to make the decision. Commission members believe the amendment will be a great health benefit for public health, with Commissioner Frederick Stonehouse saying, quote, "This is the best leap forward the city of Marquette will have made for public health than I can ever remember," end quote. Exceptions to this amendment can be made for special events with a permit. As temperatures are steadily decreasing and winter looming around the corner, the Coast Guard has taken the opportunity to remind the public about cold weather precautions. The Coast Guard 9th District, which covers the Great Lakes region, experiences hundreds of ice rescues and training missions every winter. They're asking the public to keep in mind these reminders before heading out. Take precautions, not chances, dress appropriately for water temperatures, and always carry a radio or personal locator. It is also important to always let someone know where you're going and how long you'll be gone before heading out on a trip. For more information, please visit www.coldwaterbootcamp.org. The Coast Guard hopes not to see you out there this year. And along with Escanaba schools, Gogebic and Ontonagon counties have gone to online learning after a student tested positive for COVID-19. This move has come with guidance from Western UP Health Department after seeing an increase in county cases. According to Western UP Health Officer Kate Beer, the area has seen an average of 834 cases per million. The school districts are doing some deep cleaning in this time off, cleaning everything from each room and desk to individual lockers and light fixtures. While continuing to undergo contact tracing, the district is planning on reopening in-person learning on November 4th. And don't touch that dial, because after this break, we'll be back with your national and international news.
We are taking back our country. Battle for the soul of America.
As America faces an historic choice.
Coronavirus explosively bad. These unemployment numbers.
Protests against police brutality.
From Frontline's award-winning political team, the election year tradition critics have called a fair and humanizing look at both candidates. The Choice 2020.
Tonight at 9 on WNMU-TV.
And welcome back. Golf course residents are steeling themselves for yet another tropical weather strike after Zeta rained across the Yucatan Peninsula, as forecasters believe New Orleans may be the next target. Tropical Storm Zeta, the 27th named storm of this Atlantic hurricane season, is looking to make landfall Wednesday evening and is expected to bring another round of high water and strong wind to a state already that has been hit by 2 tropical storms and 2 hurricanes this year. Zeta will also be the 11th hurricane of the season, with an average hurricane season seeing 6 and 12 named storms. Residents of the New Orleans area are nervous of the new storm, as Hurricane Laura has left thousands of evacuees homeless and sheltered in hotels. And California can expect another day of severe fire danger. More strong winds are likely to whip up a pair of fast-moving wildfires south of Los Angeles. They've already forced more than 9,000 people to leave their homes. Jonathan Vegaloni is at the fire scene in Ivern, California.
2 wind-driven wildfires continue to threaten thousands of homes in Orange County. Firefighters kept a close watch on shifting embers throughout the night, hoping to protect nearby neighborhoods. The Silverado fire, which started Monday morning, shut down freeways and forced evacuations.
Evacuate the residences for the Orange County Fire Authority.
I have some place to go, thankfully. I got a dog to worry about now.
Gusts nearing 100 miles per hour meant there was no air support to fight the flames. The winds toppled big rigs as firefighters appeared to struggle to stay on their own feet.
There is a neighborhood, believe it or not, on the other side of all this that fire crews right now simply can't get to.
2 firefighters are hospitalized with 2nd and 3rd degree burns.
They were working near what we call the heel of the fire, where the fire had started. We don't have any information on what occurred. They're gravely injured. Their families are with them.
Meanwhile, firefighters worked to save homes at the so-called Blue Ridge fire about 5 miles to the north. Flames crept down hillsides.
Hello, it's the Sheriff's Department!
As officials went door to door, making sure homeowners had safely evacuated. And cameras captured at least one rescue, a firefighter snatching a small, injured rabbit from beneath a freeway underpass and bringing the animal to safety. Jonathan Vigliotti, CBS News.
After police officers in Philadelphia shot and killed a black man last night, riots ensued on the streets. Walter Wallace, 27, was shot and killed Monday night after brandishing a knife and refusing to drop it. According to Wallace's father, his son had been shot 10 times and was also on medication for mental health. One of the officers drove Wallace to the hospital after the shooting and was pronounced dead shortly after. Later in the evening, bystanders gathered on Locust Street demanding that police did not need to shoot Walter Wallace so many times. Protesters began to light dumpsters and police cars on fire before police dispersed them. By the end of the night, dozens of protesters gathered and began chanting "Black Lives Matter." And the coronavirus pandemic is raging again in Europe, and new rules are going into place to slow it down. That's led to a violent protest in places like Italy. Europe now reports nearly half of the world's new COVID cases, 1.3 million just last week, an all-time high. Seth Doan is in Rome.
Overnight, police in riot gear fired tear gas to push back protesters that had set fires in the northern cities of Turin and Milan. While most protests against the government restrictions, curfew, and closures have been peaceful, Italy's national police tell CBS News these scenes are the result of instigators from far right, far left, and organized crime groups who've infiltrated and carried out violence. Across Europe, coronavirus cases are spiking. This chart shows the surges since September. Look at Germany, Spain, the United Kingdom, and France, which now has the 5th highest number of cases globally. Spain, the first European country to have more than 1 million confirmed cases, declared a second state of emergency. Governments and the World Health Organization are urging everyone take personal responsibility and limit contact.
We can avoid national lockdowns. We can avoid massive restrictive movements if everyone plays their part.
Those pleas to lessen community spread are also coming from Europe's hospitals. In Belgium, doctors in one city have been asked to keep working even if they have coronavirus. But overall death rates are down, and those admitted to critical care are more likely to survive.
We feel we can offer every patient the best possible opportunity to get through it based on some much firmer science that we can draw on now.
The prognosis for businesses is less encouraging.
September was the first month for us that we started to go in the right way. So now we have to stop again.
The squares and streets here in Rome are relatively empty, far fewer people than normal. For the most part, Italians are quietly cooperating with these measures. There is really more fear than anger here, fear of returning to where we were back in the peak of the pandemic in the spring. Seth Doan, CBS News, Rome.
And after this break, we'll be back with your weather and sports. Stay tuned.
Decades ago, they made history. Now, they take the stage again. Metallica. The San Francisco Symphony. Two dynamic forces together again for one electrifying concert performance. Metallica and the San Francisco Symphony. S&M 2.
Saturday night at 10 on WNMU-TV.
And welcome back. I'm your weatherman, Brady Hinshaw, and as you can tell, it is some blue skies, but don't let that fool you. It is still really cold out. But looking at our current conditions, we have sunny skies with a temperature of 33, winds out of the southwest at 13 miles an hour, and barometric pressure of 30.15 and falling. Looking at tonight, we have some cloudy skies with a low of 30, winds out of the southwest at 14 miles an hour. Looking at tomorrow, we have mostly cloudy skies with a high of 44, winds out of the west, southwest at 11 miles per hour. Looking at the beautiful UP, it is all clouds and sun all around with 39 in Sault Ste. Marie, 37 in Manistee. Looking at more of the western half, we have 37 in both Menominee and Escanaba, 35 in Iron Mountain, 31 in Ironwood, 35 in Houghton, and back in beautiful Marquette, it is 33. Looking at our week ahead, we have Thursday a high of 36, a low of 27 with some snow. Friday a high of 37, a low of 32 and mostly cloudy. Saturday a high of 47, a low of 30 and wind. Well, similar to the temperatures, I hear the Bears are cooling off as well.
Yes, they got humbled on Monday Night Football last night. Week 7 of the NFL regular season came to a close last night as the Los Angeles Rams cruised to a 24-10 win over the Chicago Bears. It was an excellent outing for the Rams defense, who limited the Bears offense to just 3 points and picked off Nick Foles twice. Chicago's only touchdown came midway through the fourth quarter on an Eddie Jackson fumble recovery for a score. The Rams' balanced offensive attack saw 7 different receivers make catches and 4 different players make rushing attempts. With the outcome decided, both teams now sit at 5-2. The Rams head to Miami to take on the Dolphins in what will be the first NFL start for Tua Tagovailoa, while the Bears are at home for a matchup with the New Orleans Saints. And earlier today, 2 dominant receivers from years gone by made their returns to the NFL. This morning, Antonio Brown officially signed with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, reuniting with Tom Brady. Brown is still serving an 8-week suspension for violating the NFL's personal conduct policy, and the expectation is Brown will make his debut in Week 9 against the New Orleans Saints. And after a 2-year absence from the NFL, 3-time Pro Bowler Dez Bryant is making his return, signing a deal to join the Baltimore Ravens practice squad. Bryant hasn't played a game since December of 2017. In November of 2018, he signed a 1-year contract with the New Orleans Saints, but tore his Achilles in his first practice with the team. Bryant joins a Baltimore receiving corps that ranks 31st in the NFL and will look to complement the speed of Hollywood Brown on the outside to improve the Ravens' passing attack. Will we play baseball another night in 2020, or will tonight conclude one of the strangest seasons in MLB history? We'll get the answer to that question tonight when the LA Dodgers will look to avoid a Game 7 against the Tampa Bay Rays and win their first World Series since 1988. The Rays will start Blake Snell on the mound tonight, his second start of the World Series after going 4 2/3 innings, allowing 2 runs on 2 hits and 4 walks to go along with 9 strikeouts in Game 2, a game the Rays would go on to win 6-4. To counter, the Dodgers also returned to their Game 2 starter, Tony Gonsolin, who went 1 1/3 innings, surrendering a solo home run and striking out a batter in his Game 2 start. First pitch for tonight's game is set for 8:08, and if necessary, the decisive Game 7 is set for tomorrow night at 8:09. Well, Ross, we got a real big game tonight. Who you got?
I'm interested to see how they're going to be playing just overall. I'm not really excited for any main team in general. But with that, that's all the time we have for tonight. Thank you for tuning into Public Eye News, and we'll give you some more wonderful news tomorrow.
The preceding program was produced by WNMU-TV, Northern Michigan University Public Television, in studios located in Elizabeth and Edgar Hardin Hall.